Network now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Jerry Jeudy has gone from the trading block to a fairly secure future in Denver. On Monday, the Broncos picked up the 2024 fifth-year option on the receiver after he set career highs in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns last season. Browns left tackle Jedrick Wills and Panthers defensive lineman Derek Brown also had their fifth-year options picked up. Despite starting every game since the Ravens made him a first-round pick in 2020, linebacker Patrick Queen had his fifth-year option declined by Baltimore. He'll now be a free agent after this season. Elsewhere, as if the Chiefs' offense needed any help, it looks like they'll get it anyway. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports Kansas City is expected to re-sign free agent running back Jerick McKinnon, who scored 10 total touchdowns for the Super Bowl champs last season. The Bills are also adding a veteran back, signing Latavius Murray to a one-year deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Today is the day. Today is the day you empty your garage and closets of your old tech. Today is the day you hang up on that dial-up modem. Today is the day you tell that old GPS to get lost. Because while Staples recycles old tech for free each and every day, today during Staples Free Tech Takeback, Rewards members get $10 in Staples Rewards when they recycle their tech. Cut the cord on your old tech and recycle it at Staples. N617, limit 1 reward per month. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/recycling for details.
Well, good day. It's a beautiful Tuesday in my neighborhood, the 2nd day of May, 2023. May, isn't it refreshing, Gene?
It is. You walk outside and go, wow.
Yeah, if you can clear the dust and the grit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Unusual.
Yes. Nice and cool. And I heard from a friend of mine who lives in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and they had snow yesterday.
Uh-oh. That was not expected, I'm sure.
No,
not at all. Now, did they wear those Oshkosh bibble
Oshkosh
balls?
Bagosh? Oh, yes. Yeah. Oshkosh is a beautiful city right on the banks of Lake Oshkosh.
And the rest is, Oshkosh.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. It's green, and the people are friendly, and you can get an old-style beer and a bratwurst.
An old-style beer. Now, is that a stale bottle of beer? Is that the
No, that's a brand.
Okay.
And it's a very good one. So it's one of those local favorites, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right. You can put it in your car if you need to get you back to town.
Exactly.
Raise the octane up in your giddy up.
And they used to have a local beer, Chief Oshkosh, which was even better.
And that Chief Oshkosh, is that what you said?
Yeah, Chief Oshkosh, the chief of the Native American tribe there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and I have experienced all of that. And probably better for it.
What, that beer?
Yes, the beer and the bratwurst.
Yeah, it gives you an extra, well, like I said, extra get up and giddy up.
It does. Oh, well, do you realize there's a poll that claims about 1 in 6 people do not know their next door neighbor's name?
That is not hard to believe.
Yeah, but they do know how to hack into their encrypted Wi-Fi, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they want you to feel welcome.
I don't know about your end of the block, but on my end, not only do you know the neighbors, you know their pets' names.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Think about it. For the most part, the parakeet's name, the dogs, the cats.
Yeah, for the most part, the cats and the dogs. You Our neighborhood cat, Don Julio, cruises around the neighborhood, and about half the neighbors feed him. Yeah, Don Julio is obese, to put it.
I was going to say, is that hard on his cholesterol?
Yes, but he doesn't mind. He's a cat. I think so,
yeah.
Okay.
I like his name.
Yeah. You want some birthdays?
Birthdays. We need some.
Let me find them here. Okay. Engelbert Humperdinck is 87. Actor David Suchet, he is Poirot on TV, is 77. Singer Lou Gramm of Foreigner, 73. Actor Christine Baranski, 71. Actor Brian Tocci is 64. Actor Elizabeth Berridge is 61. Actor Mitzi Kapture is 61. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is 51. Actor Jenna Van Oy is 46. Actor Kumail Nanjiani is 45. Actor Ellie Kemper, 43. Actor Robert Buckley, no relation to me, is 42. He has talent. Nobody in my family does.
Is he related to William F.?
He very well may be. William F. was a distant relative of mine.
Well, and he passed on.
Yes, years ago. Yeah. Actor Gaius Charles is 40. Actor Kay Panabaker is 33. Local birthdays, got them coming up. Get ready.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Raul Alvarez, Ana Salgado, Samantha Banaga, Cheryl Craig, Devin Hill, Enrique Robledo, Joe Encinas, Karen King, Marilyn Labesse, Martha Rodriguez, Tracy Galindo, Vivian Robbins, and Annabelle Espinosa. Happy birthday from KXO. And all sorts of things going on this week. We'll tell you about some of them. And you can check out our website, kxoradio.com. Click on the community calendar, and we'll tell you about even more stuff. Okay?
Okay.
And sometimes it's good to remind people that right now we are on YouTube. Actually, right now we are recording. It'll be posted to the KXO YouTube channel a little bit later. So if you are in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and you want to know what's going on around the Imperial Valley, and you want to see Gene Brister and my smiling faces, you can check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's free.
Yeah, you'll see our new pair of bib overalls, too, from Oshkosh.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, we've got news, so don't snooze. It's coming your way. Ready?
Go.
It's World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. You've got a bit of a respite before it starts getting hot again. Call Lock Air Conditioning, get that preseason checkup done. Make sure your AC is up to triple-digit weather.
Report. A U.S. official confirms to CBS News President Biden will send 1,500 more troops to the southern border before Title 42 is lifted next Thursday. That's the COVID-related public health law that's allowed border officials to swiftly expel migrants from the U.S. without allowing them to make asylum claims. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
These troops will provide logistical support to help free up DHS agents for law enforcement. They won't be interacting with migrants. This will bring the number of troops back to the levels they were at when President Biden took office. They were then drawn down. The troops will come from various bases, but it isn't clear yet which ones.
A source tells CBS News the additional troops will be used mostly for transportation support and administrative duties at migrant processing centers. El Paso has declared a state of emergency that will begin Monday. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get Get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. The Writers Guild and Hollywood Studios negotiated up to the deadline, but no agreement was reached. The writers' contract has run out, and they are on strike. Dominic Patton with Deadline.com says there's a way to go before a deal can be reached.
The differences between the Guild and the studios are significant. Hundreds of millions of dollars, in fact, that they're looking at. And completely different attitudes towards things like AI. Stuff that's almost insurmountable at this point.
The strike will grind Hollywood productions to a standstill, with late-night talk shows the first to be impacted. Federal regulators auctioning off San Francisco-based First Republic Bank to J.P. Morgan Chase. Former FDIC Director Sheila Bair says the move shows the banking system is in healthier condition than when she was in charge during the Great Recession.
I don't even think we have a crisis. I think we have a situation where interest rates are going up. That's creating challenges in managing interest rate risk. That's a basic thing that any banker should be able to do.
3 people killed after a small plane crashes into a field in Big Bear. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for maintenance, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news this morning, a second alarm fire. The Imperial County Fire Department and Office of Emergency Services is battling that fire at Spreckles Sugar on Highway 86 at Keystone Road. The blaze began when a vehicle caught fire and, due to the high winds, spread to the dry pulp being stored at the sugar facility. The fire is deep-seated in that organic material. The county fire department does not expect the fire to be able to spread outside the immediate area. Smoke is being pushed to the west by the winds, and unhealthy air quality may become an issue. County Board of Supervisors regular weekly meeting is coming up. George Gale has the story.
The board meeting begins this morning by declaring the month of May as Mental Health Awareness Month. They will also adopt a proclamation declaring Imperial Valley Peace Officers Memorial Day. They will receive a public works report on the status of field operations, a road division. There will be a presentation by Pablo Vélez, new executive officer of El Centro Regional Medical Center. There will be a presentation on the Imperial County IT organizational assessment findings. There will also be a presentation on the status of the Salton Sea Renewable Resource Specific Plan. The Public Works Director will discuss Proposition 218 related items. And John Gay will discuss actions regarding the county bridge project. The board will also hold a lithium tax revenues spending priorities public learning session or hearing session. Meeting begins at 10 a.m. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time coming up to 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
In other local news, Superior Court judge to be honored. Here's more on that story. It's not because he is a Superior Court judge. Polly Flores Jr. will be receiving a Distinguished Artist recognition. The Calexico native is being honored by the Calexico Arts Council. The recognition will be Saturday at the Carmen Durazo Cultural Arts Center from 2 to 4 p.m. Flores will speak on the inspiration for his murder mystery novel. The novel, Shadow of the Sun, centers on the sacrifices of Vietnam veterans and an account of growing up in a small desert community during the 1960s. The Imperial Irrigation District Board will meet today. Here's more on that story.
They will be holding two meetings today. First meeting begins at 12 o'clock this afternoon. It'll be a teleconference to discuss a proposed work plan for the development of governance policy. The second meeting begins at 1 p.m. It will be the IID Board's of Directors' regular meeting. The meeting begins with a specific project's grant program presentation. The board will recognize 5 employees completing the apprenticeship journeyman program. The directors will discuss joining the Western Power Pool and the withdrawal of the Southwest Reserve Sharing Group. They will also be asked to approve a water supply agreement for Energy Source Mineral, LLC. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And this concludes this page 1 of local news. Stay with us for page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
IID reminds everyone that celebrations at any time of year can be festive and safe. To make the most of them, IID asks that you keep balloons made of Mylar securely tied down. By doing so,
The Great
you'll help
Recession.
I don't
avoid the
even
risk
think
to
we have
public
a
safety by
crisis.
preventing power outages. When you safely secure these metallic balloons, you're helping to be safe and keep the power on for everyone. And when the festivities are over, IID thanks you for deflating and disposing of them properly. IID, where customers always come first.
Page 2 of the local news and weather is served by Kxo Bar and Grill. You'll find them on Highway 86, just off Highway 86 in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials at Kxo Bar and Grill.
In other local news this morning, Office of Emergency Services is monitoring the earthquake swarm. Here's more on that story.
The swarm began April 27th. It started in the Heber area. It has since spread throughout the county, especially between Calipatria and Nyland. They say even though there has been no major activities or damage from any of the quakes, now would be a good time to refresh your emergency plan with your family and loved ones to stay ready should the situation call for it. U.S. Geological Survey says Imperial County is one of the most active seismic areas around, and the swarms are not unusual. They say the swarm is in itself not a reason for concern. They did say the fact that a few of the tumblers have measured a magnitude of 4 and above has caught their interest. Even so, nothing serious is being predicted. There is no telling how long the swarm will last. In fact, there was another minor quake in the Salton City area Monday night, magnitude 3.3. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Special Law Day event is coming up this Thursday It will be hosted by the County of Imperial Superior Court of California. It will be held from 4 to 9 p.m. at 939 West Main Street in El Centro. There will be over 40 local food and craft vendors. There will be a limited amount of free hot dogs, high school bands. There will be extended court service hours and justice partner booths until 7 p.m. It will include clerk's office, jury services access center with self-help, the court tours, free legal advice by local attorneys, justice partners, information booths, photos dressed as a judge, local enforcement vehicles, local justice system recruitment information, and more. For group tours, reservations, or more, go to Law Day 2023 at imperialcourts.ca.gov. And finally, the 14th annual Imperial Valley Law Enforcement Memorial is coming up the end of the week. George Gale explains.
It will be this Friday, May 5th. It'll be held in front of the courthouse on Main Street in El Centro. It begins at 6:30 p.m. with a motorcade of law enforcement patrol vehicles arriving at just before 7 p.m. The event will include a flyover, bagpipes, riderless horse, 43 officers representing the fallen, and much more. Public is encouraged to attend. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at ksushibarandgrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with a weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will gradually cool through the week, reaching a below normal category by Thursday in response to a low pressure slowly ejecting inland from the California coast. This system will also result in occasionally breezy conditions during the afternoon and evening hours. Despite this low-pressure system moving into the region, a continuation of dry weather should be expected. Temperatures should moderate back to closer to the seasonal normal over the weekend. 87 our high yesterday, 55 the overnight low. Wind gusts peaked at 53 miles an hour yesterday evening. Today will be sunny with a high near 82. Northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Those winds become south this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 55. Northwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 81. North-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Those winds become west-southwest in the afternoon. 63 degrees, 39% relative humidity, wind out of the west 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting just a little bit more. Local news, page 2, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials and the dinner menu that features 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Big tobacco cigarette butts filter practically nothing and are made of microplastics that are toxic and cunning. More than 15,000 fibers lurk in every cigarette butt you see. Could they harm your families? Quite possibly. They could end up inside of you, your bodies, their prey. New studies even indicate possible links to mutations in DNA. An evil lie with the future's worth of harm. To the world, now you know, so sound the alarm. Learn more at undo.org.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball, Padres continue to win. They picked up an 8-3 win over the Reds. Braves nipped the Mets 9-8. Mets over the Braves 5-3 in Game 2, makeup from the Sunday game that was canceled. Cubs topped the Nationals 5-1. Guardians edged the Yankees 3-2. Red Sox edged the Blue Jays 6-5. Astros topped the Giants 7-3. And Dodgers beat up on the Phillies. That one ended up 13-4.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
In the NBA, it was James Harden with 45 points, including a late three, as the 76ers topped the Celtics 119-115. Meanwhile, the Nuggets beat the Suns 97-87. The Denver Nuggets lead that series 2-0. And Suns point guard Chris Paul has been hobbled and questionable whether he will be able to continue in the NBA Finals. And Ohio gambling regulators yesterday instructed the state's licensed sports books to halt betting on college baseball games involving Alabama after suspicious wagering activity was detected on the Crimson Tide's game against top-ranked LSU on Friday. The directive prohibits the acceptance of any wagers on University of Alabama baseball effective immediately. The emergency order in response to a report from an independent integrity monitor. On Friday, U.S. Integrity, a Las Vegas-based firm that monitors the betting markets, issued an alert to its sportsbook clients regarding suspicious wagering activity involving the Alabama LSU game. That's it for sports time. Hey, open books, we cash in the checks for, pro and college games, and what could possibly go wrong? That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
What do you get when you combine the fun of a day out on the golf course with the thrills of bowling a strike or two with the excitement of hitting a jackpot on your favorite slot machine? What do you get? All the fun under the sun. And that's what you'll find and more at Kokopah Casino and Resort, South Highway 95 in Somerton. Plan it all at kokopahresort.com.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Shares of BP, British Petroleum, fell more than 5% today after the energy giant said it would return less cash to investors following a drop in first quarter profit. BP reported underlying profit of only $5 billion for the first 3 months of the year. That's down from $6.2 billion a year ago. That was after Russia's invasion of Ukraine sent oil and gas prices soaring, but it was still almost double the $2.6 billion it reported for the first quarter of 2021. The result reflected an exceptional performance from its gas marketing and trading arm and a very strong oil trading performance, according to BP. And more than 11,000 members of the Writers Guild of America are on strike for the first time since 2007, a move that will bring an immediate halt to the production of many television shows and possibly delay the start of new seasons of others later this year. Though we had negotiated intent on making a fair deal, the studio's responses to our proposals have been wholly insufficient, given the existential crisis writers are facing, according to a statement from the union leadership. They have closed the door on their labor force and opened the door to writing as an entirely freelance profession. No such deal could ever be contemplated by this membership. While union members would be on strike, the WGA tweeted that it would not set up picket lines until later today. So what's happening on Wall Street? Well, right now we're seeing red. The Dow off 501 points at 33,546. The S&P 500 off 64 at 4103. The Nasdaq is at 12,044. That's off 168 points. Gold up 29.50 an ounce. Oil off 332 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 82, northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Those winds will turn out of the south this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 55, northwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 81, northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Those winds becoming west-southwest in the afternoon. 63 degrees, 43% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
Brought to you by the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's all here.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. Just announced by the Justice Department what's called the largest international crackdown on a dark web marketplace for fentanyl and other illicit drugs. Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Across the U.S. and 8 other countries, Operation Spector resulted in a total of 288 arrests and the seizure of 117 illegal firearms, 850 kilograms of drugs, and $53.4 million in cash and cryptocurrency.
The Biden administration is set to send 1,500 active duty troops to the southern border ahead of the lifting of Title 42 next week. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
Officials say these 1,500 troops will not be interacting with detained migrants, but rather offering support to the Border Patrol, transportation, helping with administrative duties at processing centers, and a White House aide says the troops may also assist with drug detection. The administration notes it's the same number of troops who were working along the border when President Biden took office. It's roughly a quarter of the number first deployed by former President Trump in 2018.
Late night TV is going to feel it. A strike by about 11,000 TV and film writers was called overnight. Alex Weprin of The Hollywood Reporter.
Pay structures were built around cable television, around broadcast syndication, and streaming has come around in the last 10 years and totally changed the economics. And so what writers are trying to do here is they're trying to align the economic incentives of streaming with their pay scale and making sure that they're being, compensated.
In Washington, Chief Justice John Roberts declined an offer to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee on High Court ethics rules, but others will today.
We are here today because the Supreme Court is playing out of bounds of the ethics rules for federal judges. Justices read the ethics rules in unique and eccentric ways, and when they're caught out of bounds, they refuse to allow any investigation of the facts.
Rhode Island Democrat Sheldon Whitehouse, South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham.
We can talk about ethics, and that's great, but we're also going to talk about today of a concentrated effort by the left to delegitimize this court.
A judge has found a former Minneapolis police officer guilty of aiding and abetting manslaughter for keeping bystanders back while fellow officers restrained a dying George Floyd in 2020. Tony nominations are out today.
He's my brother through and through like the marks.
Some Like It Hot, the adaptation of the 1959 film, taking the most, 13. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 550 points. This is CBS News.
Find your next great hire with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Phoenix area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Some dogs are paying the price for a human freedom in New York City.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Don't discard the ends of those used doobies on the ground. Veterinarians report a growing number of dog owners bringing in stoned pets who've gobbled up joints that litter New York sidewalks since the city loosened marijuana rules and the first legal recreational dispensary opened there last year. Treatment can be expensive and require a trip to an animal ER, a stomach pump, and IV fluids. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
FIFA's tactic of publicly criticizing broadcasters for offering too little for the rights to the Women's World Cup has not worked out, so now the governing body is threatening a broadcast blackout in some major European markets for the July and August event. 5 key countries, England, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain, are in the crosshairs. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Imperial Valley Business Resource Center is a one-stop shop for business development. We provide a complete roadmap to success for startups, entrepreneurs, and small to medium-sized businesses. Our in-house services include startup assistance, workforce development, manufacturing assistance, site selection, access to capital, accounting, cash flow management, permitting assistance, government contracting, international trade, incentive analysis, and more. Contact IVBRC today at 760-353-8332 or visit ivbrc.org to get started.
CBS News, a service of the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's all here.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
12:30 a.m.